Ciao Bella! Welcome to another episode of Bellauncinettocrafts. I'm Christina and welcome to my channel. So I've been a couple episodes in. I think this may be 16, 17 I think. And I have not reintroduced myself. I'm Christina. I live in North Carolina, which is in the United States. And sorry for the ring light. I'm trying to duck and hide so that it doesn't glare my glasses. But I can't really see a lot of things if I don't have my glasses on. I can do it. I can see. But it's just harder. So anyway, I have two wonderful children. And I love to crochet. I love yarn, which you'll see I have lots of yarn hauls. And I'm just starting to get into remembering to make videos of the things that I'm working on and the things that I finished. I work on a lot of things, but then I sell them or give them to my kids or something without making a video about it. So I'm trying to gather them, make the video, and then do what I need to do with them. Anyway, so the other thing that I wanted to just reiterate is the name of my channel. My name is Christina, but the name of my channel is Bellauncinettocrafts. And the reason for that is Bellauncinettocrafts means beautiful or pretty crochet in Italian. And I have Italian heritage. I'm going to try this side. Maybe it'll be a little better. Sorry, I'm not bobbing and weaving. This isn't boxing, but I'm trying to get as much of the glare out of my eyes as possible. So, Bellauncinettocrafts is pretty crochet in Italian, or beautiful crochet, depending on what translator you use. And I am second generation American, which means that my parents were born here, I was born here, but the rest of my ancestors were not. I am mostly Italian. I'm part Irish on my mom's side, but 3 out of my 4 grandparents are Italian. So my bisnonna, my dad's grandmother, so my great-grandmother, Nonna Delia, would, she's a lot of things in Italian. But when I was young, I would go there in the summer, and she never really called me by my name. She always called me Bella, 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 which she was always calling me beautiful, which I didn't understand how important that was for someone to think that you were beautiful no matter what, right, until I got older. However, she would always say, Bella, Bella, uncinetto, uncinetto, uncinetto. So if I was sitting there daydreaming or if I was doing something else, she'd be like, let's crochet, 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 crochet. Okay, you got it, Nonna. And so that's where the name came from. And I do have a logo reveal video where I discuss what the flower means and what the raindrop means and the colors and all of that. So I do go into detail in that video. So I'll link that down below in the description box if you wanted to check that out if you're interested. But today's video is whips, faux, and frequently asked questions too. So what have I been working on lately? So whip-wise, I have a partially finished and then almost finished. So it's a fingerless glove set. And I'm going to put this one, and the pattern that I use is from Amanda Loves Santos, and I'll link that in the description box below as well. But I did modify it because my arm at the bottom is bigger. So my hand and my arm it's not the same circumference all the way down. So mine is a little bigger. I increased, and then I'll turn it this way. I left a V here so that it will stretch a little bit more without me having to increase and then decrease more all the way up. I did burn my hand right here, so I'm trying to be careful. But this is the one I actually made for my left hand, so it doesn't fit exactly right on my right hand. And then this is the one that I'm working on for my right hand. And I have so many stitch markers because I'm doing every 5 rows, so I can easily count, and then also make sure I'm decreasing in a similar or the same spot. I did write it down, but I just want to make sure. And I am making these with unknown yarn. And by unknown yarn, I mean I won 2 actually, mystery bags, luxury yarn bags from Kim at Affordably Crafty, and I'll link her down below as well. And this one was one of the cotton blend bags. And so not many, if any of them, are full skeins of yarn. So there were two, a turquoise and a navy blue. And it fell, hold on. This is what's left of the turquoise. If you can see that. So this is what I have left of the turquoise. And I started to realize that I was going to run out, so I did this in black, right? And I played Yarn Chicken, and I didn't win this time. But I am doing the rest of it in black, and I do have plenty of that. And it's double-stranded, so there's 2 strands of black, and it's the same type of yarn as this turquoise and navy were. So it still feels the same. And this is a really, I don't want to say shiny yarn, because it's not really shiny, but it is luxury yarn. So it definitely has a sheen to it. And I don't know exactly what it is, which is why I'm not putting it in my shop. Especially in like a wearable, because I don't know what the blend is. So I don't want to put it, if someone's allergic to something, I don't want to put it in the shop and then they'll be like, oh, I had an allergic reaction. I feel terrible. I do have allergies, not to materials, but to food. So I try to be very, very careful. Anyway, I did make notations on the differences in what I did to this pattern, and then to what she did. So if you're interested in how I made them bigger, because if you look at it, right, it gets bigger towards the bottom, which I'm fine with, because when it's on, you don't notice that it's necessarily bigger in size. It's only when you take it off and you hold it up that you notice it kind of balloons out at the bottom. I don't care. It's comfortable for me. I also have, and I forget what it's called, I'll remember when I don't need to remember, a condition where Raynaud's syndrome. My fingers and my toes will turn blue because I did have Hodgkin's, which I addressed in another video, the whips, foes, and questions #1. But the chemo did a lot of things, and one of the things that it did was mess with my circulation. So in the wintertime, I have to be very careful, and I have problems with my fingers. I tell my kids that I'm turning into a Smurf. I just, laugh about it. There's nothing I can do. It's not going to change, but I do have to keep my hands and my toes very, very warm. And I don't like gloves, and I don't like mittens. I don't like things covering my fingers, which is weird because they're supposed to be covered in the winter. But these actually keep my hands warm, I found, without me being uncomfortable. So I was glad I was able to adjust the pattern to fit me. Another one of my whips, in my last whip info video, I showed a set of pumpkins that I was making. So I'm making another set. Ooh, that really washed that out, didn't it? Uh-oh. It is not like that at all. It is not that bright. But I'm making this with, I have that yarn right here. These I got at the Hobby Lobby clearance. This is, let me pull it out, sorry. Fresco fiber, and it's like a tweed yarn. This, I have it in red, and then of course in, oh, the tag fell off of that one. Let me get it, it's down here. Orange. Sorry. But it is like a tweed-like yarn. It has little yellow flecks in there. And they do come off, but you really have to pull. You really have to pull. This is a lightweight number 3 yarn. So, I'm doing one striped one. This is going to be the middle one. And then I'm going to do a smaller one in orange and then the bigger one in red. And I'm using a 3.5 millimeter hook. Yeah, 3.5 millimeter hook. So that's one of the things that I'm working on. So this one I just have to stuff and then make the vines and the stem. I've started, literally just barely started on the tiny orange one. It's right here. I've got a row. I did the chain and a row and part of another row. So I've just started it. I guess you can call that a whip. It is a work in progress. So I am working on that. I am excited also. I have not started this because it has not started, but I am super excited because I've wanted to make a blanket. And sorry that I'm just jumping. It just came to my mind. Ladybird. If you don't follow her, I'll link her down below as well. She is going to be starting a cowl, and it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a blanket or an Afghan or something, but it's going to be like each row is a different stitch. So you're going to have the border and the row in between each of the different stitches be the same stitch. So whatever the border is, that is going to be the same stitch in between the stitches that the spinny wheelie thing, as she calls it, makes choices for. So you're going to have 4 colors, and I've had yarn that I want to make a blanket with, and I have 4 colors, and I've just been trying to figure out how I want to make it. Well, now I don't have to decide. They're going to decide for me, and then I can just stitch it. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be with Caron 1 pound yarn. I have a black, a turquoise, a yellow, and a purple. So the black is going to be my border and my in-between. And then I'm just going to change, right, with the yellow, turquoise, and purple as we go. I also have like a royal blue, but I don't want to do the royal blue and the turquoise. So I think the yellow will be enough to brighten it, and I won't have to worry about any of that. And the other whip video that I did, I showed some of these Christmas ornaments, and I did actually finally finish them. I weaved in my ends and tied it, right, so that it will hang. And I have lots of different ones. So I have this one with different colors, and then I have this with the sparkly yarn in the middle. I don't know if you can see the sparkle a little bit, but different colors. And in that video, I did link the pattern to Repeat Crafter Me. So I'll link that video down below as well, so that you can go and find that. And then here are some of the other ones that I made. Try not to make this video too long. That was one of the things that people said, was that my videos were kind of long, so I'm trying to cut it short. But I want to talk to you guys. Anyway, then I've also been making hats. And this is based off of a pattern by Melissa Ham, and I'll link that down below as well. But I kind of changed it up. Hers is one solid color, and it's also crocheted just all the way around the same. I've been doing mine back loop only. So I do like the top, the first 6 rows, just double crochet, and then I start doing back loop only. So I get like that ridged effect. And then I did it in this one. This one I didn't do it, but I did do like a houndstooth pattern. I'll turn it around so you can see. Here, and then I did the bottom brim a different color. This is single crochet, so you're supposed to do double crochet, increase for 6 rows, and then you just double crochet after you get to row 6. You just double crochet until it's the length that you want. And then the last 2 rows are single crochet to make it, you know, the bottom a little cleaner. And so I've just been playing around with colors and patterns and things like that. So I have those that I've been working on. And then I'm going to start. I have the yarn out. I did a Smoky Mountain Spinnery video. Watch, I'm going to say I have the yarn out and then I don't have it. I do have it. It's in my bag. Right here. I have it. In my Smoky Mountain Spinnery haul video, I talked about my daughter's lovely friend and how I'm learning to make clothing for the lovely little friend. So this is going to be a dress for the lovely little friend, and I will link that video down below, but I'm going to start on it to figure out how to make a doll dress. And then, oh, my daughter took it. See what I'm talking about? I did Rose from Rose Likes Crochet. She didn't do a tutorial on it or anything, but she talked about a washcloth pattern, and she did it with her scrap yarn for her niece, I believe. She was making washcloths, and she talked about the pattern, and so I watched the video, and I'll see if I can find it. It was a Wings update video. I'll see if I can find the specific video. But I write all my patterns down in this book. So even if it's a tutorial, I will watch the tutorial and write it down. So like I have all of the bod patterns that I want to do for the bod along and all of that. Some coasters that I did, the fingerless gloves, right? And then I make notes down here as to how I change it. But I watch the tutorial and I write it down. And then I don't watch the tutorial again unless I screw up or I'm not understanding. If it starts to look off, then I'll go back and watch it. But I watch it all the way through, right? Because in YouTube, with the analytics, if you don't watch the video all the way through, it messes up the analytics. So please, if you start watching a video, not just my videos, if you start watching a video, even if you get bored, just let it play all the way through for the creator, please. That would be super special. But anyway, I wrote down, the Rose Likes Crochet washcloth. That's just what I called it. And I wrote down what she said. And it was a front post, back post double crochet. And she goes into more detail about it, but it made a really thick, really nice, washcloth. And then my daughter took it for her little friend. So I have to make another one, which is fine because all of the washcloths that I'm making right now, I'm making for October for the Wings when they're asking for washcloths and dish towels and things like that. And I actually do have some dish towels with just the toppers that I might donate as well because I do have them in my Etsy shop and they're not really selling. So I moved that inventory out and put some new things in maybe. I don't know. But that's another thing that I've been working on. And I can't show it to you because, like I said, my kids take it. And then I have to talk about it. And you don't really know. I can't show you. Is there anything else whip and faux wise? I don't think so. One email that I got, someone watched my Pawpla yarn video. And they were asking me about my garden and my herbs. So I have a lot of herbs that I grow, rosemary, thyme. I grow 2 different kinds of oregano, 2 different kinds of basil, tarragon, parsley. I did have some cilantro and some dill, but it got really, really hot. So it dried up before I could get it inside, unfortunately. But my dill plant was 3 years old, which was amazing. Sneak little peek. Hold on just a second. All right, sorry, just a quick question. If you're a parent, you know, as soon as you're doing something, they need something. No big deal. So I don't remember where I was. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll remember. Oh, herbs. I remember. And forgive me if I'm repeating them. I think I left off at oregano. Maybe I didn't. Oh, I was talking about my dill. Now I remember. My dill plant was 3 years old. Cilantro here, it doesn't keep. Even if I bring it in, it doesn't keep. And then I also have spearmint, peppermint, which is great for mosquitoes. And garden sage, pineapple sage, cinnamon basil, sweet basil. Sorry if I said those already. And I think that's it for this season. But I do dry them, and I dry them in this right here. So I cut them, and sometimes I'll pull them off the stem. Sometimes I just leave them in there and let the stems dry too. But I put them in there, and this actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 compartments. And it just dries. You can leave it outside, but it rains so much here sometimes. Like, it rained out of nowhere today. Didn't say it was supposed to rain, but it rained like crazy. And they get moldy if they get rained on. So I bring it inside so that it doesn't get moldy and I can keep my herbs. So I will insert a couple of pictures here. And those are some of the herbs that I have that I've dried and how I chop them up and things like that. So they'll stay in there for probably a week or so, maybe more if I forget or if I don't have time, because they're fine in there as long as they, don't get wet. And then I'll cut them up whenever I have free time. So yeah. Let me know if you have any other questions. Shoot me an email. I'll happily answer them. If you don't want me to answer them on video, I will answer them back through email. And I really appreciate you guys starting on this journey with me. I don't really have a lot of subscribers. Oh, I am going to be doing a giveaway once I reach 100. As of this video, I have 95. So we'll see. This may come out after I reach 100. I don't know, because it's going to come out next week. But we'll see what happens. But I really do appreciate all of you for coming along with me. It means a lot. This is new to me. I'm learning and I'm so growing. Sorry my video cut out. I didn't have much more to say, but I did want to say goodbye. Again, thank you so much. And I share a saying that I want to share with you that I use all the time. It's my favorite. By Mahatma Gandhi, is be the change you wish to see in the world. However you take that, right? But be the change you wish to see in the world. Ciao, Bella.